Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are back playing Genshin and we are going to start the 5.6 Archon quest, which takes us back to Mondstadt. Now, a very brief recap of Natlan. We fought in the war, we helped win the war, we saved Natlan, and things seem okay right now. You know, we still have not really any leads on our brother. We know that Capitano did know him in some capacity back in the day, but now Capitano is sitting on his throne silently, so can't get any more information there, but it seems that we are going to take a trip back to Mondstadt and check in on our old friends there and see what's going on. So let's get started! It's funny that we're like going back to Mondstadt because I feel like I've been spending a lot of time here recently doing a sword character only challenge, and we are still very much in the early stages of that. Hello, what's going on over here? Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, this is fun. Let's get started with the story. Oh,
wow,
so cute.
The city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful. Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Let's go. The city looks so cute for
Greetings,
Windbloom.
traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine. Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Starsnatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down? Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Oh no.
Whoa, something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other
not
for
the
now.
Windbloom breakup.
Huh?
Oh.
Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Not the Windbloom best friend breakup. That's even worse.
Did you see that?
Oh.
Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
I can't believe it.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is
You
something wrong?
sound happy
You
to see
look
us.
so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Weird.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
Oh, Barbara.
Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out.
That was oddly
It is
specific.
Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh no.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on Diluc, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
No way.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him,
Oh no.
he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
I'm flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear, but first a question if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
Wow, that's
But
intense.
then I saw you. And it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about you? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Uh-oh. Something weird's going on here.
Ah, Kaya.
Oh,
You found them.
I managed to track him down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Huh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order.
I thought he was calling Paimon Honorary Knight Paimon. Allow me. You have Note, Captain of the 2nd Company, Scaron, Captain of the 3rd Company, Eula, Captain of the 4th Company, and me, of course, Captain of the 9th Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
So many companies.
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Do we get a company?
Jean!
Traveler Paimon, thank you for coming. There are so many people here. You know a few of the captains already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
My thoughts exactly, Paimon. In truth, we haven't had to conduct a trial in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on. The group of people we saw in the quarter just now, there was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of the case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
It's time. Understood. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. Oh. Sucrose looks so worried. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. I don't like that we're not given any information. I mean, I feel like that makes us more impartial, but I am scared to just dive into this knowing nothing. Now that everyone's gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. What did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. Identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. Is he behind all the people feeling weird? If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Ooh.
Murder?
Yikes.
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Ooh.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Oh, interesting. So is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground.
Yikes.
Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
Or so you thought. I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
Yeah, that's not looking good for him.
This isn't looking good.
Me and Dahlia on the same page. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
Ooh, okay. In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
Like, that's not enough to say that
The same location the witness
a
described.
man was buried there.
If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Oh boy.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
Diluc, please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces. Off topic, but can I just say it is crazy that they have Albedo on trial for murder and they keep putting people that are against him, or not against him, but that witness his crimes right next to him? Like, what if he tried something? That's wild.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I would only inquire as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. But at like 4 in the morning? That's so early. Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
A box? Oh, what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of a body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
Albedo, what are you
Both
doing?
witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep. I do hope you can be truthful with us.
Oh my gosh.
It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's all right, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. That sounds like he's plotting. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
A correspondence. Oh no, that envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement?
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Huh. Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Side note, I wonder if that little scene that we watched played out replaces the black screen white text, because if so, I like it. Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Rindaughter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
She was sitting right behind us, Paimon. A message for us? You're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Ooh, the current story seems to be related to your past adventures. Would you like to quickly go over and review those experiences? What are we reviewing? Shadows amid snowstorms. Oh! This is actually very interesting and helpful. So this looks like it's a quick little note on a event quest that had some lore involved in it. Funny enough, I started playing while this quest was going on, but because it was so early, I was terrified of Dragonspine, so I didn't do this. Looking back, I now wish I had. I don't even know if I would have been able to, because again, I just started while this quest was going on, or this event was going on. But let's review really quickly, shall we? So we went with Paimon to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced, the ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite, Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave, died, but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Whopper Flower posing as him, yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there were at least 3 Albedos, it sounds like, in Dragonspine that day. One of them was eliminated, but it sounds like one of them might still be running around somewhere. Ah! Our old friend. Ah, Traveler Paimon, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Oh, not what I was expecting.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your minds, so I thought we should have a chat. I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Oh, well, I knew from the moment Rhindaughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those 2 are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Cried Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. So what do you know about this situation? A lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
Yeah, everyone's sad.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel as said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. That was beautiful. Thank you, Venti.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the 7 know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it. Wow, subtle.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold.
Ooh! Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Didn't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention with a little help from a trick of mine will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. Alright, we'll do our best. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Traveler, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate it? Do you want us to join the joint investigation? We'd like you to launch an investigation of your own. I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. You got it. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright, I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Alright, let's investigate.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy.
They look like his
must have
coat.
gone to great lengths to get them.
Underneath the book? Oh. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Under the desk?
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the something project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine can be involved somehow. This has something to do with creating synthetic life. Would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. Ooh. Ooh, that is concerningly close to Durin. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
I didn't even get to look around the rest of the desk. I just kept looking underneath it.
Oh, Victor
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff all right. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Yeah. I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhindaughter's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rhindaughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found. Let's just say it could convince even the closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked, and the notes also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I think so.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
Right?
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Oh, hello?
Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Paimon.
Oh, sure.
You're making it
You
sound
got it.
so suspicious.
That map we found in a hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Alright, well, we will wrap up there for today, and next time we will go check out the location marked on the map. I'm a little worried about what we might find there. It's not looking too good for Albedo right now. It seems like people are very quickly losing faith in him, but who knows? Maybe he's okay, and maybe this is just another Albedo at work. I hope you had fun, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, everybody!